So right here in this hotel where I'm staying, this was the literal center of the Inca Empire. The Incas built a temple to the sun. They called it Coricancha, and they filled it with gold. They say that every single wall, every single corner of this temple was filled with gold. None of that gold remains today because the Spanish came in and they took it all away and looted it and sent it to Spain. They tore down a lot of Coricancha and they rebuilt what is now this hotel into a mansion for a Spanish conquistador. But there's still some of the original Inca walls built into this hotel. After some additional history that I'll cover later in the video involving an earthquake and a whole lot of other things, this eventually converted to a hotel in the 1970s. And now you can book it as a stay under the name Palacio del Inka, which is a luxury collection hotel. Clara and I have just spent 3 days here, and I gotta tell you, we have had an incredible stay. We had breakfast with an alpaca by the name of Inti. He was so adorable. He's named after the Inca god, but he had such character. We got to feed him some carrots. Really had just an amazing time. We got to take a Pisco sour class that's included as part of a tour that they give you where they tell you about the history of the hotel. There's a performer who comes on and gives you a blessing and does some Inca dances. And then after that, you have a class where you learn about how to make Pisco sours and you try some Pisco sours. Every day this hotel has different experiences. We took a cocktail class today. It really is much more than a hotel. It is an experience, and boy, we have had an experience here. We are located in the center of Cusco. We're just a couple blocks from the Plaza del Armas, which is the best place to stay in Cusco. I've got a guide to where to stay in Cusco on travellemming.com that you can find in the description if this isn't right for you. But I think this hotel has just been absolutely incredible. Cusco, where we're at, is at 11,500 feet above sea level, by the way, and I underestimated it. I got a little bit of altitude sickness, and I actually had to go on oxygen, but I'll talk about that later in the video. Now, let's go ahead and cut to a quick scene where we're gonna show you a bit of the highlights of what's to come. Then I'm gonna take you back in time. We're gonna check into my room. So for those of you who actually wanna maybe book this room, I'm gonna take you through a walkthrough that I did when I checked in. Every single angle of the hotel is there. If you don't care about the room tour, there's still a lot of history, a lot of really cool, interesting things here. And so you can just skip past that part. Okay, so we're checking into room 467. And I booked a 1-bedroom suite. They've already put our bags in here. I took a quick look around before this video. As you can see here, I've got a really large 1-bedroom right when you come in. This living room area is just really enormous. And it feels like you're in an old mansion. Like you really get that vibe. I love all the Inca artwork up on the wall. He's here. They got little figures made out of something there. Maybe that's like alpaca wool or something. You've got this desk. This desk just looks beautiful. We've got a coffee machine, nice Lily coffee machine. Lots of different little complicated stuff here. This hotel has experiences that they invited us to each day, so we're gonna go check some of those out. Then as we turn around here, you've got a giant couch. I checked under, that's why it's a little awkward. It's not a pull-out couch, so you couldn't have someone, it doesn't pull out into a bed, but it's a really nice setup here. I like the art on the walls. It is a little dim in here. I will say it's a little dim, but everything's really well taken care of. Like this is really nice and clean. Don't notice any stains. They left me a gift because of my Marriott Bonvoy ambassador status. You've got this little, it's a luxury collection hotel. So they've got a book that shows you all the different categories of different hotels around the world. Then here, as we come around, you've got really the nicest feature of this. There's the mini bar. I'm going to show you in a second. Those perfumes are not included, unfortunately. Clara already checked that out. But you walk out to this terrace. You got to duck my head a little bit, and you can only see this standing up, but you can get this amazing view out of Cusco. And this hotel has an amazing location right near the Plaza del Armas. And right to my right here, you're going to see we're right near sunset. You can see the church bells up there. I wonder if we're going to hear those ringing later. I bet we're going to hear those ringing. You can see people in there a minute ago. There they are. Okay, so this is Nate from the future here. We're actually on the top of that bell tower. This is the bell tower on the top of the Church of Santo Domingo, which is part of Coricancha. You need to buy your entrance ticket for the main temple below, and you have to pay another 5 sol, so about $1.50, and you hike up to the top of this bell tower. Absolutely worth doing. And if you come over here, I'm going to actually show you, because from the top of this bell tower, you can see right over there is the top of our room where I'm filming the video that you're watching right now. So as you can see, that's where I am. So I'm going to go ahead and cut back to the video. So really cool. When I first came out here, a couple of pigeons flew off. Over in the mountains, I don't know if you can see, it says Viva el Peru, long live Peru, is written on the side there. I'm going to go back in here. Again, I got to be careful not to hit my head as we come back in here. I'm going to show you this mini bar real quick. As I mentioned, all this is not included. I don't actually know the price. I got to look it up. They've got these viñas, perfumes, some chips, some wine, some chocolates, a couple little, it's like a s'more snack or something. Vanilla con lacuma. I might actually try that. That looks cool. I think that's probably worth paying for, assuming it's not like 30 bucks or something. Down here, standard stuff, wine, Heineken, Cusqueño, which is the local beer, different cup of water. Inca Cola. Really started drinking a lot of Inca Cola. If you watch my Lima video, you'll see me drinking Inca Cola through the whole video. A couple spirits up here. So a nice mini bar. So that's the living room. I'm going to take you back around here. We do this, actually we have a half bath. It's a high little mirror here. Let me quickly show you this half bath. Fan's a little loud, but you know, nothing extraordinary, but I know for us anyway, for me and Clara, it's nice to have one so she can get do her makeup and stuff in here while I'm showering in the other one. So that's convenient. Then as we turn around, you come into the bedroom, which has its own door. Got this nice, gorgeous seating area. My TV, I don't think we're going to be watching much TV. There's another balcony. I'll go out in a minute. Then you look around. How nice is this? I mean, it really feels like it really feels like you're in a mansion. Really feels like royalty here. It's a really spacious room. Lots of space everywhere. We've got a couple more of these little dolls. I'm gonna have to learn about what's going on there. Maybe someone can tell us in the comments. Nice little area to sit down, check out the bed. The bed is, I think I'm gonna really like this bed. It's nice and firm, but not too soft in the middle. They've got robes with the Inca branding. These are nice and plush, really white. That looks good. Over here, you can see they've left us a couple chocolates. I'm assuming they're going to do turn down service here because it's a luxury collection hotel. So that's probably what that's for. On the side of the bed, lamp. They do have this little reading light and, you know, telephone. I love this headboard. This gold detailing really you feel like you're in an Inca Palace, you know? And you've got this really soft headboard here. Pillows are soft, nice and solid. Over here, as we go around, you can see in the closet. So the closet is a little small. You know, it's an older building, so they're working with what they got. And these doors open up on either end. I got a couple pillows up top, got a safe, hangers. Like that they have the nice padded stuff if you have anything fancy. Here, they've got the dry cleaning and laundry. The prices aren't too bad. 18 sol for a t-shirt, 30 for jeans. So it's like $6 for a t-shirt, $10 for jeans. It's expensive. You could probably get it cheaper out there, but if just wanted something washed, that's nice. Down here, they've got shoe shines. We've got a luggage rack. Check out in here real quick. Got I guess a bag for laundry probably, although they also have that one. Let's take that. That looks really nice. More laundry. And then here, I always like when they leave a little bag. Clara likes to use these things just for taking stuff around or whatever. If you need a grab bag, shoe brush there. On the side here, I like that they've got this charger with, so you don't have to necessarily bring an adapter. You've got an alarm, left us some water. And this is a Marriott hotel, so there's obviously going to be a Book of Mormon and a New Testament in there. So that's the bedroom. We come around here. We've got a nice, tall, standing mirror. Ooh, that looks really nice with me and the lamps on both sides, huh? It's a good place to get ready. And you go in here in the bathroom. It's not the most special bathroom. I like the lamps. They're really good. Another thing I'm a big fan of is look how many towels they've left us. And these towels are going to be enormous. These are like really wide, huge towels of different sizes. So that's cool. You've got a hair dryer. I got some amenities, got a bar of soap, mouthwash. shoe mitt, sewing kit, shower cap, vanity kit, and body lotion. Got some tissues. And then if we turn around here, we've got the shower with a tub. I like having a tub. I don't like when the shower and the tub are together because for me, because I'm tall, by the time bathtub's always going to be a little higher. I'm going to be showering with my head almost up on the ceiling. But they probably didn't design it with modern plumbing in mind 500 years ago when they built this mansion. So the hotel's working with the structure they got. I did turn on the water earlier, and I think that if I have one sort of piece of feedback so far, the pressure is not great, and it's hot now, but when I turned it on earlier, it took a solid 2 minutes to heat up. So you might want to have to just kind of get it turned off. And you got this glass door that kind of folds open whether you want to get in or out. But the water is nice and warm. Pressure isn't great. It's a little flaccid. I don't love that, but it's fine. And the other thing is they don't have a hand shower thing, but that's okay. So that's it for the room tour. Overall, I think it's a gorgeous room. It really feels thematically appropriate for being in the center of Cusco. The hotel's got lots of activities. We're going to take a tour tomorrow, and they're going to take us around to see the entrance and all that sort of stuff. We're going to do a Pisco sour class. So stick around as I show you more about this hotel and the unique history behind it and all of those activities. Okay, so since we have 2 balconies, I figured I'd set this up so that we could get this kind of unique view so I could tell you about our stay. But first, I want to give you a little bit more history about this hotel because I got to tell you, the longer that we've stayed here, we've now spent 2 nights here, and I just keep learning more fascinating things about it. So behind me, this is the Church of Santo Domingo. So this is a church that the Spanish built over the ruins of Coricancha. Coricancha was the most important temple in the Inca Empire. It was dedicated to the sun god Inca. It's known as the Temple of the Sun. And it seems like it was built in the 1400s based on what I saw on Wikipedia, but I also saw some articles saying it was built in the 1200s. We're not 100% sure because, of course, the Spanish destroyed a lot of this history. But what we do know is that the inside of Coricancha, which included that area over here, but also this hotel where we are right now, was part of the center of the Inca Empire. How cool is that we're staying in this hotel? I just can't get over that. But anyway, the Inca had Coricancha filled with gold. Apparently, the walls were just covered in gold. But when the Spanish came in the 1500s, conquistador Francisco Pizarro, I think I got that right, melted down all the gold, had it sent back to Spain, and they tore down most of Coricancha, and they built the Church of Santo Domingo over it. There's still some of the original Inca walls in there. You should go visit Coricancha while you're here in Cusco. It's maybe the #1 attraction in Cusco itself. So even if you're not staying in this hotel, be sure to go there. This hotel, we learned on the tour they took us on yesterday, which gave us more of the history, was originally part of that complex. It was a part of Coricancha. Pizarro converted it into a mansion. So when the conquistador, when he came through, he just converted it into a mansion. And that's kind of the structure of what we see today. There are still some original Inca walls downstairs. That's the original Inca stonework that's built into the mansion. The mansion is absolutely gorgeous. You just walk through the entryway, it feels like a museum. And every turn you're going, they've just preserved such incredible Spanish colonial artwork, but they've also tried to work in some of the pieces of Inca heritage. I think they've done a really good job of honoring the history of this really unique place. Anyway, so in 1950, Cusco was hit by a devastating earthquake. Something like 2,000 people died. Half of Cusco was destroyed, including this building. Was about half of it or so was destroyed. It was rebuilt in the 1970s as a hotel. They preserved a lot of the original stonework. They still have a couple of those Inca walls up front, so that's really cool. Hell, it's gone through a couple different brand names, but now it's the Palacio del Inka hotel that we're staying in. So how cool is it that I can book a hotel room for $350 a night and literally sleep in what was the former center of the entire Inca Empire? I didn't even know that when we booked this hotel. I'm just blown away by the history. And let's talk about the stay at the hotel itself, because that has been the hotel as a whole. Even if you put aside the history, this is a really incredible hotel. As I say, every single corner of it, it feels like you're in a museum. Like you turn a corner and there's just this beautiful painting, and you turn another corner and there's some sculpture by a local artist. And there's so many colors and just so many courtyards, and it's really such a beautiful place to just hang out here. I'm really sad that we're gonna have to leave tomorrow. Our stay hasn't been without event though. So I gotta tell you, I underestimated the elevation. That was my mistake. You know, I used to, when I was younger, I grew up in Colorado, so I always thought that I would be fine with the altitude sickness, but we came from Lima, and I gotta tell you, it really hit me. Like I was feeling the altitude pretty badly yesterday. I was just sluggish. I had a horrible headache. Wasn't feeling as well at all. Well, the hotel, apparently, they told us, they have a free oxygen service. So they sent somebody up last night. Clara insisted I do this. I didn't want to do it, but she insisted. They took my oxygen reading. I was reading at 86, which apparently is fairly low. They put me on free oxygen in my room for 15 minutes. And then at the end of that, I was reading at 100. And I felt so much better instantly. And I got to tell you today, I feel like I have a new lease on life. So very cool. They have that oxygen service. Apparently they'll bring it to your room whenever you want. And so I know I've seen a lot of the guests here actually doing this because there's a lot of older couples here. I think don't be afraid to take the oxygen. I felt a little bit like an old man taking it, but don't be afraid to take that. Let's talk about our stay at the hotel though. So first thing, the breakfast. The breakfast buffet downstairs, there's only one restaurant, but they set up just this incredible buffet. I mean, there's so much food. You've got fruit, you've got eggs, the order that they'll bring you. You've got bread, you've got a salad bar, and there's this beautiful harpist playing inside. And it's just, again, it's set in this sort of mansion setting with one of the walls being an Inca wall. And so that's gorgeous. We chose to take the breakfast the first day out in the courtyard. And the courtyard has the coolest thing, which is an alpaca named Inti. So remember I said earlier that Cory Concha was dedicated to Inti, the Inca sun god? Well, this alpaca, a 6-month-old alpaca, was named after that sun god. And some of the local community members, they come in and they sell various alpaca products downstairs, textiles and hats. We bought a couple little small fluffy alpacas that Clara likes. And we just played with Inti for a couple hours, both yesterday and today. I fed her some carrots. Inti's a him. I fed Inti some carrots, and he was really active. I mean, they're super smart, the alpacas. They're super smart. I actually kind of think Clara has this theory that they've trained the alpaca when guests approach to kind of bring them towards the products that they're trying to sell. And we noticed that, and we kind of think maybe they did. But anyway, getting to spend time with that alpaca, super cool, especially within that courtyard setting. As I mentioned in the introduction, this hotel also comes with experiences. So every day there's a different experience. Yesterday, we took the art tour. So it takes you through, first off, they have a modern art gallery, as well as a store that is accessible to the public. So we learned about the modern art downstairs. A lot of it's painted by local artists, which is really cool. They took us through the hotel, and they told us about the different art pieces. They've got a couple sculptures from a Cusco artist downstairs that are really intense sculptures in the center. And then after that, we went on the tour. There's a daily tour at 5 p.m., which we just missed upon check-in. And that told us all about the history of the hotel. And that was where I learned a lot of the history that I just recounted to you. They take you through the hotel. And then at the end of that, there's a performance by an Inca dancer who does a blessing, and he plays various different music. It's really beautiful. I'm just gonna go ahead and put up about 10 to 20 seconds of that for you to just listen to real quick. Okay, so then afterwards, we took a photo with the performer, and then we all moved to go do a Pisco sour class, which everybody can do when you check into this hotel. I thought they were gonna have us actually make the Pisco sours. We didn't do that. Instead, the bartender showed us how to make the Pisco sours, explained to us the history, the different types of Pisco, and then they made some little miniature Pisco sours and they gave them all to us. It was really fun though. I got to tell you, he was hilarious. He had a lot of really good jokes lined up. Clara was laughing the whole time. We met some of the other guests. It felt like a bit more social of a hotel. Like typically at luxury hotels, it's very exclusive. You're trying to spend time away from other people, but it really felt like a pretty social experience. So we really enjoyed that class. Right after I record this video, we're going to go take another class, a cocktail class downstairs, and they're going to be showing us how to make cocktails. If you were here on other days, they have other classes about like alpaca fiber weaving and a few other things. And that's one of the cool things about this hotel is like there's so much to do just within the hotel itself. Like even if we weren't out exploring Cusco, I feel like you could just make a whole vacation just by staying here in this hotel. Okay, so now this is a hotel after all, so let me quickly go through the other facilities in the hotel. So there's a gym hidden off back in a corner. I haven't got a chance to use it yet, but seems like a pretty solid gym to get a workout in. They have a spa. The spa looks stellar, and I'm really disappointed that I don't think we're gonna get a chance to take advantage of their hydrotherapy room. The photos, I'll put up some photos from the website. It just looks beautiful in there. It's not free though. You have to pay $50 a person per session, which I've seen some other guest reviews complain about because they thought they were gonna get it for free. You do get a $25 discount off that though, off of any spa service if you're staying in the hotel. They also have massages, and I've heard really good things from other guests about the massages here, but they're pretty expensive, like a couple $100s a piece is the starting price for the massages, but it's supposed to be one of the best spas in Cusco. Again, you've got the bar. There's this nice, beautiful U-shaped bar. That's where we took the Pisco sour class. I'm assuming that's where our cocktail class is going to be. A really beautiful setting. You've got that Inca wall right there. I think you could come in, I think even if you're not staying in the hotel and have a drink there. I think it's really cool, especially if you're going to be visiting Coricancha next door. Okay, so I got to interrupt real quick because we just finished taking that cocktail class and I was wrong. They don't do it in the bar. They're doing it here in the experiences room. So I just learned they have a whole room just for some of the experience classes that they're doing every day. We had a class with the bartender, Daniel. He's hilarious. He was a lot of fun. Actually, it was just me and Clara. We were the only ones here. So we had a private cocktail class. And he made us two cocktails. He made us a Negroni and he made us a Rumi with some local spirits. So I gotta tell you, I'm starting to feel it. They say at elevation, the alcohol hits you faster because it gets your bloodstream is working a bit faster. And considering I was on oxygen last night, maybe I shouldn't have done it, but you know what? I'm on vacation and, gotta go ahead and enjoy it. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and send you back to the rest of the video. They've got a concierge up front. They'll book you tours. If you want to go out and visit around the Sacred Valley, we've just stayed here. We're going to be spending a couple nights in the Sacred Valley after this at another really cool hotel called Travel del Inka. I'm going to try to do a video for that, so go check that out next. I'm also going to write a whole guide to Cusco and to this whole area. We're spending a couple weeks here. When we do these trips, I've been before, but we come back and we spend several weeks and we really try to go visit even the hotels that we're not staying in and visit different parts of the destination so that we can make the best guides that we can on Travel Lemming. So go visit Travel Lemming and type in Peru and you'll see whatever content I have there. Additionally, the hotel's got an ATM, which is convenient for taking money out. It's got laundry service, which we did actually use because I needed to get something pressed that was particularly important to me. However, there's right in front of the hotel, if you wanted cheaper, you can drop off like a bag of laundry and have it washed. So we did that with the majority of our clothes. Tomorrow, we're gonna get up early and take the train to Machu Picchu. Service, overall, the service has been fantastic. Housekeeping is great. They come in every morning while we're in breakfast. They also do an evening turn down service where they come in and they change out all the towels and they leave some chocolates for you. Every single member of the staff that we've seen has just been absolutely amazing, super friendly, super helpful. I can't say enough good things about the staff here. They've been awesome. Now, what about cons? It's hard to think of cons, but if I had to pick one, I would say the shower. It's really kind of a pretty standard bath shower setup. The pressure's not great. I took a bath last night and it just didn't even get that warm. So I didn't love that. It also doesn't have the little hand thing. Maybe I'm being a bit of a baby. I would like a slightly better water pressure, but we are kind of up in the mountains, so that's to be expected to some extent. The internet's been pretty fast here though. I've been taking video calls and uploading videos for making this video so that my editor can get them done. And so that's been working well as well. So overall, very solid stay across this hotel. Would I stay here again? Absolutely. I paid $350 per night And I got in a little bit of a deal because we're staying in the 1-bedroom suite, so we have a slightly bigger room than the rooms on the lower floors. But if you look over the booking calendar for this hotel, most nights are available from about $375 a night or so. That's expensive, but I actually don't think it's crazy. Like, I've stayed in more expensive hotels that were not nearly as cool as this place. I mean, how often do you get to stay in the heart of the Inca Empire? I mean, it's just, I really can't get over it. This is a hotel that I think we'll remember this stay for the rest of our lives. So if you're on the fence about where to stay in Cusco and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to make the splurge, I think it's worth the splurge. I absolutely think it's worth the splurge. I would 100% stay here. Again, tomorrow we're going to get up, we're going to go to Machu Picchu, then we're going to go stay in the Sacred Valley, then we're going to come back to Cusco and we're going to stay in some other hotels so we can write up a guide. Check out that link down below for that. So lastly, one more thing. If you want to book this hotel, we'd be grateful if you use our affiliate links. We've got affiliate relationships with Booking and with Marriott. I'll put those links down below. You don't have to use our links. We get a commission if you do. The hotel doesn't sponsor us. We independently review this. They don't even know that I'm here. We make money when our readers find our content valuable and they choose to use our affiliate links. I've got a guide to where to stay in Cusco. I'll put that link down below. I've also got one for Lima. You can go to travellemming.com and search Peru for all of my content there. You know, with all this AI, it's really hard out there for human creators. It takes a lot of work for us to go out here and actually experience these places in person so we can share them with you. If you appreciate that, please support us. You can just search Travel Lemming on your favorite search engine and you can find our favorite guides. Thank you so much. I feel so blessed to be able to have stayed in this hotel, stayed in the heart of the Inca Empire, and to be able to share it with you. Like and subscribe, and if you like this video, I've got more Peru videos, so I think you'll want to watch this one next.